What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for, oh Lord, I forgot. Chasing Atlanta, season 4, episode 4, 5. Child, I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, I know what show I'm looking at. I just had a little brain freeze. Anyway, we start this episode off, child. We still down to Troy's house at the Christmas party. Lil Kendra is still outside yelling, hollering, hooting, and Oliver is trying to leave, and Travis is still trying to play peacemaker. Now listen, Travis, you ain't been in but one scene, but everybody has something to say about you in this episode. I don't know. Well, 2 scenes, but anyway, I don't know, Travis. But well, Oliver was it was either Oliver or Oliver's friend. I think it was Oliver's friend, the person in the car. When he told him, when he said move Fred Hammond, y'all, I was done. I was through. I had nothing left. Okay, as far as I was concerned, the scene could be over. I had nothing left. But he said Fred Hammond. He called that man Fred Hammond. I didn't have nothing left for him. But again, Oliver leaves. Lil Kendra still outside hooting and hollering. Whatever. Then we have a scene where Dominique goes to visit Cameron. And basically, he just recounts what happened at the party. Since I saw the party and I already know what happened, ain't no need for me to recount that scene. The only thing that was really interesting for me in that scene was Dominique was talking about how Travis pulled him down in his lap and how he wasn't really feeling that, he didn't appreciate it. And it seems to be something as throughout the rest of the episode. Somebody else said Travis grabbed him on the butt and touched him on the butt, and Oliver said Travis was inappropriate when he met him at a T.S. Madison situation. And so that just seems to be like, you might have a problem, Travis. Because, see, I don't take that kind of stuff lightly. I don't think it's cute, and I don't take it lightly. And if you had that behavior with a woman, it would be all sorts of Me Too, and, like, that could probably have put you in jeopardy, you know. But anyway, that wasn't a good look, Travis. That wasn't a good look. Now, then we see Oliver with his mom, again, Mama Twixt, okay? And they are having the, he's giving his mama a facial, and they're talking, and Oliver is giving her the update on what went down with the Christmas party and everything. And then we found out Mama Twixt went out and got married and didn't tell Oliver. Well, told Oliver like right before it was supposed to happen. Oliver was like, I didn't even know you was dating, much less getting ready to get married. But I thought that was very interesting that, you know, his mama went out and got married without him knowing. But anyway, that was pretty much, like, I like Mama Twixt and all, but this whole scene could have been gone. Like, it just, I don't understand. Because I just feel like we talking about the same thing we was already talking about. But yeah, so we have that.
It's over with. Right. It's over with. It's not gonna be long and drawn out. We're not going back and forth on social media and all this kind of stuff, you know. And that to me is nothing to talk about, because I don't give a damn if you're 50 or 15. You always be my baby, and I'm gonna fight you.
Just groom their dogs, because I just feel like not that people going out of proportion, but at the same.
Okay, then we had, okay, the only other thing interesting from that scene was Mama Twixt was threatening to whoop people's ass, you know. She was like, you gonna always be my baby. So then we have, this whole montage of, oh my gosh, COVID, oh my gosh, COVID. Production shut down. Very a la Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Remember when Love and Hip Hop Atlanta had to shut down because of COVID? Very, very much that. Very much along the lines of that. So then we see this disclaimer from production saying they resumed filming following all guidelines that, you know, the city of Atlanta had put in place. And the first thing they show us is Dominique and Rico smoking hookah. Maybe I'm being too anal about this, but I don't see how sharing a mouthpiece with somebody is sanitary in the day of COVID. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so they sitting there smoking the hookah, child, and talking about what life's been like since, you know, COVID. Rico said he finished his album. You know, he wasn't, you know, that he was able, he couldn't go to the studio, but I guess he kind of did it at home and got it mastered. So he ready to drop his album. He said he's glad that he was touring and out on the road and grinding as hard as he did before COVID shut everything down, because then he sort of kind of had his name was already out there, so to speak. Dominique said that, you know, his clients, he was still able to, you know, even though the salon closed down, he was still able to kind of do some grooming and get into, you know, that whole situation. And so he was kind of, you know, really thankful that that happened. So they were just kind of talking about that. And then they were talking about how they can bring the group together. Child, y'all new to this. Y'all don't even know how deep this shit go with this group, okay? I don't know what y'all put together, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much all that went down in that scene. So then we see Troy, and he called up Q. Now here's what I don't understand, Troy. Why you ain't give Q none of that fever, none of that work? Why you ain't say nothing to Q about inviting Travis to his house, and Travis ain't show up acting crazy, ain't bring a gift because it was supposed to be a charity event? Q ain't tell Travis it was no charity event. Q said we networking. He ain't say bring a gift for the Secret Santa or bring a gift because we gonna donate something over to the hospital or to the sick kids. You didn't say none of that. That wasn't Travis' fault. Now Travis did a whole bunch of shit that night, but that wasn't his fault. But I felt like, why you ain't say nothing to Q about having just random people showing up at your house? Anyway, he was talking about Q when you coming back to, you know, Atlanta. He was saying how he hadn't really talked to Jaylon, but he did. He did say though that when Oliver called Jaylon Lauren down to the China, how you was faking the funk. Talking about something, well, I had to just be fake for a minute. No, you didn't. Get that same smoke. Get that same energy. You ain't had to be fake. Ain't nobody asked you to be fake. Anyway, and Q was like, you know, he was, he was gonna come back pretty soon. Him and Lauren, whatever. And then Oliver's name comes up, and Troy was like, look, what's up with that? Like every time I mention Oliver's name to you, you know, you kind of sidestep it. When I mention your name to Oliver, he sidesteps it. Like, what's up? Y'all was the Power of 3. What's going on? And Q sidesteps it again. Like, yeah, well, I gotta go. I stepped out of rehearsal to come and talk to you. I got stuff to do. So clearly, Q is not going to address whatever situation is between him and Oliver. Not with Troy, and probably not on camera. Okay. So then we have Oliver is having a taste testing for his new line of seasonings. You can go to his Instagram. I'm sure the link is going to be in his bio if you want to order some. I think I'm going to order me some next time I make me some. I'll be ready to make some seafood next time. But he had shrimp, he had macaroni and cheese, and he had something else. Now, he said that his chef backed out on him at the last minute because of COVID. And so this was sort of some, I guess he had to cook it at home and then bring it to the venue, because that venue looked like it wasn't at his house. Well, I know it wasn't at his house, but maybe it was the clubhouse of his apartment building or something. But Troy was there with his gloves, his Clorox bleach, and his mask. And I won't mad at you, Troy. I won't mad at you at all. Rico was there, some of Oliver's other friends. And listen, now, Rico said, listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all. The shrimp tastes alright, but it was cold. The macaroni and cheese was a little dry, but, it was what it was. Okay, it was what it was. I can appreciate your honesty. I don't know what it tastes like, but like I said, I might try some of these spices out myself. But that was a cute little moment. And then somebody was knocking at the door, and I guess Oliver got a stalker, honey, because some dude that Oliver said he used to mess with. The dude said he saw on Oliver Instagram where he was gonna be, and so he showed up with some flowers. Now, according to Dominique, Rico, and Troy, Oliver already got a whole man, but he got this man showing up with flowers down to the tasting, just randomly showing up, and I was just like, who this is, Hoppo? But hear Oliver tell the story, honey. It's somebody he used to know. He's a stylist. He had a store here in St. Louis, but the guy said that he was on his way moving back. He was trying to move back to Atlanta and open up a business there, and he looked like he trying to link up. Looked like he interested in seeing where things could go. Oliver said that they talked a long time ago, but baby, I don't know. You show up randomly without being invited, stalking somebody Instagram, and you just gonna show up with some you just decide to show up with some flowers. I mean, they look like they came from the Publix, but it don't matter. It's the thought that counts, okay? It's the thought that counts. Now, while he out there talking to his boo thing, the guys come out there and they end up having a conversation about Q. And the one thing Oliver did say in his confessional, Oliver was like, now these guys know good and daggone well they probably could care less, and secretly are probably happy that there's, that me and Q ain't cool no more, because, they was hating anyway on the whole situation. I feel like, but once again, it seems like Oliver is just really upset and bothered by the whole situation with Q. Q don't seem like he all that upset to me. Now, I don't know, what he's saying to his friends or his inner circle, but, and I feel bad because, again, I've been there. I've been where Oliver is, and I understand being on the other side of it. You friends with somebody, they just take their friendship away. And even though I do feel like Oliver, from Oliver's side of it, I feel like he could have handled things better because, yeah. But again, if you're friends with somebody, it's just, it's hurtful. It's hurtful. So they talked about that, and, that was that, whatever. Next thing you know, we have Lil Kendra down to the studio, and Troy comes through, and Dominique, I believe Dominique was with them. Or was it Rico? I feel like all of them were there. Who else was at the studio? But once again, Troy decides that he wants to have a field day. I think it was him and Dominique, Rico, or whoever it was trying to put together this field day situation. And they were telling Kendra, listen, we're going to invite Oliver, so hopefully you can, be in a situation where you can get along with everybody, because we really want to do this event and we really want it to be fun, and, maybe after we do the field day, we can, all have a dinner or whatever, and it'll be, it'll be cool. Like, I'm hoping that this is what the situation is going to be. Now, Troy, I liked this confessional look with the leather and stuff. I thought you looked real cute, Troy. You looked real cute, okay? Anyway, now Troy seemed like towards the end of this episode, he was sort of I'm not going to say he was flipping, but I think he was starting to realize that Kendra was just being a little bit extra and doing the most. Like, at what point do we just move on? At what point do we just forgive? At what point do we just get into, put ourselves in a different place or whatever? Now, Kendra ain't trying to hear it. Kendra is stuck on angry now, and she talking about something, I'm over it, I'm not mad, but you are. You are. The minute Oliver's name came up, you got to drinking again, and they were like, yeah, so we're going to have this event, and we're going to all, have a good time, and, and then they even, like, I felt like they were insinuating that Lil Kendra turns up a little bit more when she drunk, I guess, I don't know, because they were like, we're not going to get drunk, and she was like, the hell I'm not, because I'm going to need me a drink in order to do what you want me to do to be able to get through this. I don't know, I'm going to need me a drink, and even Dominique was just kind of like, girl, like, can we just move past this? And, Kendra was upset and in her feelings, and I think she really felt like, that Troy was kind of turning on her a little bit. So then we had Troy, Rico, and Dominique. They were outside talking about it, and they were outside talking about. Now Rico was kind of like, listen, can we just, can we all just get along, move along, get along to get along, whatever, whatever. And Troy is like, listen, Rico, like, I appreciate you being here and all that, but you ain't been through what I've been through. Like, I'm really trying to get them to resolve because they really are friends or were friends. And it'll be a lot more comfortable for me when I'm being friends with both of them for me to be able to get them to come to a middle ground. So while Troy is talking to Dominique and he's like, Kendra is really, getting on my nerves right now because it seemed like she's just not willing to budge, compromise, meet me in the middle. And she's just determined to be mad. She's just determined to be in her feelings about this whole situation. And at some point, we all going to have to grow up and move past it so that we can, function again. So Kendra rolls up on him. And once again, instead of Troy keeping that same, now he really wasn't being rude or disrespectful. He was being nice, but he was talking about Kendra when Kendra walked up. But Troy, in a nice way, was trying to tell Kendra, listen, I really need you to move past this. Like, I really appreciate you. I really like you, but I really do need you to move past this. Like, I love you, girl. Shh. Kendra ain't here for it. Kendra's one of those people that feel like if you don't see it the way she see it, then you her enemy. If you don't agree with her, then you her enemy. And that's just not true. Like, people can disagree with you and not be your enemy. Like, Troy is not against you, girl. He really isn't. Like, he really has had your back. But at the same time, I also think that Troy may have gotten some new information. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much where this episode left off. Now, next week look like it's the episode everybody been waiting for, child. Next week look like the episode where it looks like people fighting and some more stuff. Y'all let me know what y'all think, honey. Drop it in them comments. Peace.